Hey, hi, this is Priyanka Singh again with a new coding problem, which is smallest string with a given numeric value. Here, the numeric value of a lowercase character is defined as its position 1 index in the alphabet. So, the numeric value of A is 1, the numeric value of B is 2, the numeric value of C is 3, and so on and so forth. Hence, going forward, the numeric value of Z will be 26. Here, the numeric value of a string consisting of lowercase characters is defined as the sum of its characters' numeric value. For example, the numeric value of the string ABE is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 5, that is 8. So here A corresponds to 1, B corresponds to value 2, E corresponds to value 5. Summation of all would be 8. Alright, so here you are given two integers n and k, and we need to return the lexicographically smallest string with length equal to n and numeric value equal to k. Note that a string x is lexicographically smaller than string y if x comes before y in dictionary order. So this dictionary order we have already discussed in my previous video, which you can see here. All right. So here, so x comes before y in dictionary order. That is, either x is a prefix of y, or if I is the first position such that x of I is not equivalent to y of I, then xi comes before yi in alphabetic order. So otherwise, well, let's say we are having two characters a and x. Let's call it xx. Okay, so there are two characters. The character which is present foremost, that should always come before, or it should be same as the other letter given. Okay, so we can say that a b are lexicographically sorted, but B is not, because B doesn't come before A, right? So here is an example. We need to have a string of length 3, all right, and whose summation would be 27. So here this A gives us 1, this A corresponds to value this one, right? And this Y corresponds to 25, and whose summation would be 27. Hence, we can say this is a valid string. All right, and there are two criterias to be satisfied. One is it should be lexicographically sorted or smallest string. All right, and second, its numeric value should be k. Now, if we talk about this, length should be 5. Length is 5, okay. But its summation should be 73 as well. So, I'm just uh, going to disclose the approach that we are going to use here today. So, before that, I strongly recommend you guys to try it out yourself and then come back here before looking into the solution, because that is the way you learn. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is I'll fill all the characters. Foremost, I'll take a character array, all right, of length 5, because that is what I want at the end. And then I'll fill all those with A, because that is the smallest possible lexicographically string, correct? So that is the smallest one. But I'll increase, but there is some value specified. There is some numeric value specified for that particular string that I must be having. So accordingly, I'll increment the character one by one, starting from the last, because what they are asking me to do is that should be smallest lexicographically, no doubt, but that should be smallest as well. So if I fill all these with A, that is the smallest possible. Now I'll try populating or incrementing this character from end of the string, all right, one by one from the end of the string. So that is how it will cause it to become the smallest lexicographically sorted string. Okay. So let's talk about this first. What I did, I filled all these with three. Okay, A. I filled all these three with A. Now, if, whose value is 1 for each, correct? So currently value of my string would be 3, right? Because a plus a corresponds to value 1 and 1 plus 1 plus 1 because it's thrice present here. Now, so the value current value would be 3. But what do I want? I want 27. So what is the difference that I'm looking for still? That is 27 minus 3, that will become 24, correct? So 24 is still pending to be added in my string. That will cause it to reach to its target string, right? So 24 is the value. So what I'll do is I'll add 24 at the last of the string. So that is how it 1 plus 24 became 25, and 25 corresponds to character y. So that is what I'll update here, and we can then change character array to the string, right? Okay, so let's talk about this. How would it work? So here, as I told you before, I'll initially I'll take an array, okay, with character with 5 length, with length of 5, each populated with a initially. So this is the smallest possible string till now, right? A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Um, okay. Now, uh, current value is uh, value what I'm having right now is 5, right? 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So let me just assign this again. Okay, so each is having value 1, hence current value is 5 for me, but I want to extend it to 73. And how am I going to do this is I'll increase this first. I'll increment this because I want smallest string. So these should be smallest. All right. That is the only case where it will become a smallest lexicographically sorted string. So how much I can increment it? That we have to figure out here. So value is 5 currently. All right. And pending value pending values are 73 minus 5, which is 88, no, 68, right? So this is pending still, that I need to distribute among these values, right? So what I'll do, maximum by which number I can increment it. I can increment it by 25 because why won't I increment it by 26 first? Because 26 26 is, it corresponds to z, right? And we are already at 1. We are already at a, which corresponds to value 1. Hence, maximum value that I can take is 25. If I would have been counting from 0, then I could have considered 26 numeric value. But here I'm already at 1. So minimum value that I can add to it to become z, because z is the maximum character we can say. We can say this is the character having maximum value in our alphabets as of now. Na? So I'll add 25 to it, hence it will become 26, which corresponds to z. Alright. So I will add 25 to it, which will become 26. And it will update to z. Now value, what I did, I added 25 to 5, right? Now pending value becomes 20 68 minus 25, right, which is 4 3 43. Now what happens, so now it's 30, right. Now this is the maximum possible character here. Now I can increment to it. So we are having 43. Now what is minimum between 25 and 43? That is 25. Hence I'll add 25 to it. I'll add 25 to it. It will become 25 plus 30, um, 55. It will become 25, 55, and I'll again minus 25. That will give us 5, 8, and 3 minus 1, 1. 18 is right. So here it became 26, which corresponds to character Z. Now I'll increment to this. What is the minimum between 25 and 18? That's 18. So I'll add those 18 here. Okay. And which corresponds to S. That's 19. You guys can count it on your tips, or pen, with the help of pen and paper, which corresponds to Z. Hence, minus 18, that will give us 0. Alright, so that is how we have distributed the value, numeric value given to our characters. And now what I can do is I can just make a string using these characters and return it back. Alright, so for this, what I can what how I'll implement it in terms of code. I'll take a character array, character, let's represent it using C, and then new character where space is n. We are just concerned about n characters, right? And so what I'll do is the k should be greater than 0. So for most, I'll fill this with a, right? This is the smallest possible lexicographically sorted string. And now k should be, so this is our k, and that we need to reduce it to 0, right? So it should be greater than 0. Then and only we are going to proceed further. Otherwise, we will just um, break the loop, right? And now array at index n, right? So it is already filled with a, all are already filled with a. I am going to populate this from the end of the string, right? So n is already given. N is given 5 in this case, right? So but our maximum provided index here is 4. So first I'll decrement it. It will cause it to become 4. And now there I'll place minimum of 25 or k, right? So actually I'm not placing, I'm incrementing its value. It was earlier a. I'll increment its value by whatever it suits well there, right? And what and I also need to reduce it by 25. So why I'm reducing it by 25? Because every time, um, if it is greater than 25, then only we are going to proceed with its previous character. Otherwise, if it is lesser than 25, then we don't need to proceed it further. We are already having a's there, which is making it smallest lexicographical string. All right, and here we need to reduce it by n as well. Why I'm reducing it? Because initially I placed a in all the characters in the string, right? So whatever, so they are having some values as of now, which is 1 for every corresponding a, which is there are n times a. Hence I'm reducing n. Got it? And then until key reduces to 0 or less than 0, I'll run this loop again and again, and at the last, I'll return a string of these characters. Okay, so I'll run the code. Okay, it's giving us correct. Let's try for one more scenario. This seems well. Let's see. Accepted. So, meanwhile, when you're coding, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel. And if you have any query, just do let me know in the comments. All right. Thank you.